Hi, I'm Bud Summers. This is lesson number 22. We're going to talk about the harmonic minor scale today. In lesson 21, we talked about the natural minor scale. Natural minor scale used the same key signature as the major, its relative major. And we were able to put together, we talked about half steps being one fret or a minor second on your guitar. Half step is one fret to the next, ascending or descending, going up or going down, either way. And the minor second is one fret, and then a major second is a whole step. 2 frets, okay? The combination and where you put the half steps determines what type of a scale. With the major scale, we had half steps between the 3rd and 4th scales, degrees in the 7th and 8th, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. With the natural minor, we discovered that they were between 2 and 3 and 5 and 6, so they occurred in a different place. Just for a review, your major started with the open, whole, half, whole, half at the end. And the minor started with the open and then a whole step, a half step, whole step, half, whole, half. Now the difference between the natural minor and the harmonic minor is introduced for a reason. Now if you noticed some of the odd notes that were getting played here in these scales are not odd, but maybe sounded a little bit different. It was that note right there. In this case, it's a C sharp. It's the leading tone in the key of D minor. C sharp leads to D. Makes you want to go there. It's a stronger pull to this note than if I just played. Sure, that could go there, but it could also go. Would sound just fine. But if you hear, your ear wants to hear it go there. There are differences, of course, but this introduces that level of intensity that draws to that. Okay, so in order to do that in a minor scale, it changes things a little bit. We still are going to have our half steps between 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. Okay, so it starts the same, okay? But then we have an interval that we have not discussed yet, and it's 3 frets. Now, this interval can be called a couple of different things, but in this case, what we would refer to it as an augmented second, because it comes in the form of a scale. If it comes in the form of a triad, we'll refer to it as a third. And that's, if that's caused you any confusion before, that's what's going on there. If it's within the scale and it needs to be the minor second, or the augmented second in this case, we call it an augmented second. So our scale, again, just like the natural minor scale was, we start with the open string, we go whole step, a half step, a whole step, half step, and then we've got this augmented second. I would suggest just try and play this a little bit. That kind of gets that sound in your head, and then do the whole scale. On the second string, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, augmented second, half step. Kind of a cool sound, okay? And again, that note in there is that's a leading tone, and it creates that draw to the tonic. So it's pretty cool to have that in there. Now, moving on then to the melodic minor. The melodic minor is a little bit more complicated And honestly, now that I think about it, maybe we better save that for our next lesson. So let's call a melodic minor. We'll do that in lesson 23. Kind of changing plans here at the last second, but what the heck. We've got the harmonic minor in lesson 22. You can do this. See you next time.